वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Bhagavadgita Chapter 3. तृतीयः अध्यायः. तृतीयः means third. Adhyayah means chapter. We have already completed 2 chapters and now we are starting chapter 3. The name of the chapter is Karma Yoga. As the very name suggests, it deals with karma. Karma means action. In this context, by the word action, Bhagavan intends the Vihita karma, the karmas that are enjoined by the Shastra. And Krishna will explain why one should perform the karma, what attitude one should perform the karma. All such things are going to be explained in detail in this chapter. In chapter 2, a few verses were dedicated to Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means performing the karma with the proper attitude. Bhagavan defined Karma Yoga. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuhu ma te sangostva karmani yogasthah kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyos samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Also defined Karma Yoga. In this chapter, the Karma Yoga is going to be elaborated. Karma Yoga, which was briefly discussed in chapter 2, will be elaborated in chapter 3. The chapter begins with Arjuna's question. Arjuna's question is based on chapter 2. In chapter 2, Bhagavan talked about both karma and jnana. He talked about the importance of karma, like karmanyevadhikaraste, etc. Also, he talked about jnana. He talked about Sthita Prajnaha. He talked about Atma Tattva. And at the end, he glorified a Jnani. He also stated that Jnana is the means for moksha. That is how he culminated the chapter. Esha Brahmi Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati Sthitva Syamantakalepi Brahma Nirvana Vricchati. Brahmi Sthitihi means Jnana. And Jnana is the means for Brahma Nirvanam, moksha. With that, he concluded chapter 2. And now Arjuna gets a question. When Krishna talked about Jnana, he mentioned that Jnana is the means for moksha. But when he spoke about karma, he does not say karma gives moksha directly. In fact, karma cannot give moksha directly. Karma is just a preparation. Therefore, Arjuna understands that Jnana is superior to karma. Jnana, Atma Jnana is superior to karma. When Atma Jnana is superior to karma, Arjuna is not able to understand why Bhagavan does not suggest him to take to Jnana. Why instead of asking Arjuna to take to Jnana, why he is asking Arjuna to perform karma? Arjuna is not able to understand. Therefore, he is asking Bhagavan, if Jnana is superior to karma, why you are compelling me to do karma, which is inferior to Jnana? We will read the verse. Arjuna uvacha jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. Arjuna uvacha. Arjuna said, Janardana Keshava. He uses two names to address Bhagavan. Janardana. Bhagavan is Janardana. Janan dushta janan ardayati nashayati iti Janardana. Bhagavan destroys the evil ones. Therefore, he is called Janardana. हे जनार्दन केशव, ओ केशव, बुद्धिः कर्मणः जायसी ते मता चेत. If according to you, buddhi, buddhi means jnana. Here buddhi does not mean the intellect. Buddhi means jnana. And Arjuna is intending Atma Jnana, self-knowledge. Karmanaha jayasi, it is superior to karma. Te mata, if this is your understanding, then in that case, tat kim ghore karmani mam niyojayasi. Tat means tarhi. In that case, kim, why? Ghore karmani, the karma which is ghora. Karma is terrible. Especially in the case of Arjuna, the karma is terrible. Because his karma, his duty involves fighting, involves blood. And it is true with the most of our karma. Duty is not always sweet. Duty is not always pleasant. Often we may not like what we are supposed to do in a given situation. Yet it is our duty, it is our swadharma. Therefore, karma is ghora. Ghore karmani mam niyojayasi. You are engaging me in karma which is terrible, which is unpleasant. Why? Why I cannot give up karma? And why I cannot take to jnana? Many people give up karma and they devote themselves to jnana. There is such a lifestyle, the lifestyle of sannyasa. A sannyasi is a person who has given up karma and he has devoted himself to the pursuit of jnana. The Shastra allows such a lifestyle. And Arjuna thinks why he cannot take to such a lifestyle, given the fact that jnana is superior. Shloka 2. Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me tadekam vada nishchitya येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्. Arjuna is as though blaming Bhagavan because he finds that that Bhagavan's teaching seems to be confusing. Vyamishreneva vakyena, the statements which are as though confusing. Vyamishrena iva. Iva means as though. Arjuna knows that Bhagavan is not trying to confuse him. Bhagavan is clear, but Arjuna is not able to understand clearly. There are two options in front of Arjuna, and he is not able to understand why he has to go for karma alone and not jnana. Therefore, for Arjuna, it is as though confusing. Vyamishreneva vakyena tvam me buddhim mohayasi iva. You are as though confusing me. You are as though confusing my mind. Now do not confuse me any further. Arjuna makes use of his privilege. It is his prerogative as Krishna's friend to blame Krishna. We cannot do it, but Arjuna is able to do it. Tadekam vada nishchitya. Please tell me one among the two means, one among the two disciplines, karma and jnana. Among the two disciplines, tat ekam nishchitya vada. Please tell me one with certainty. Do this alone. Tell me one with certainty. Yena shreyoham apnuyam. By means of which I can get moksha. What will lead me to moksha? Please tell me for sure. And from next verse onwards, Bhagavan answers Arjuna's question. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Lokesmin vividha nishtha Pura prokta maya nagha Jnana yogena sankhyanam Karma yogena yoginam Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bhagavan said, He Anagha. Anagha is a word referring to Arjuna. Agha means papa. Anagha means free from papa. Arjuna is free from papa. He has done punya. That is why he is able to listen to Bhagavan directly. He Anagha. Asmin loke dvividha nishtha. Asmin loke. In this world, there are two types of commitments. There are two disciplines and there are two types of commitments. Some people are committed to one discipline that is called Jnana Yoga. And some other people are committed to another discipline that is called Karma Yoga. And these two nishthas, these two commitments, they are not new. Krishna has not discovered them recently. They have been there right from the beginning of creation. Bhagavan gave them in the beginning of creation. Maya pura prokta. Maya, by me, Bhagavan. Pura, pura means sargadau. In the beginning of Srishti. Prokta, it was told, it was taught. When Ishvara created the universe, he also created the rishis. And to the rishis, he taught the Vedas. And in the Vedas, these two commitments have been told. Therefore, these two nishthas, they are based on the teaching of the Vedas. They are the eternal teaching of the Veda. And what are the two nishthas? Jnana yogena sankhyanam nishtha. The nishtha of the Sankhyas. Sankhyas means jnanis. The people committed to self-knowledge. They are called Sankhyaha. And they are dedicated to Jnana Yoga, the pursuit of Atma Jnana. Then there is another nishtha, Karma Yogena Yoginam Nishtha, the nishtha of yogis. Yogis are the people who have the attitude of Karma Yoga. In chapter 2, we saw yoga. Yogasthah kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga is the attitude of equality towards both success and failure. That are the results of karma. Therefore, yoga means the attitude of a karma yogi. A person who has cultivated such an attitude is called yogi. Yoginam nishtha. The commitment of the yogis, and they are committed to karma yoga. Karma yogena yoginam nishtha. These are two types of commitments. And the two commitments involve two types of lifestyles. The lifestyle of a Sankhya, a Jnani. He is committed to self-knowledge. And if he is committed to self-knowledge all the time, he is not supposed to do karma. He has given up karma. And he is dedicating his life, all his time, for contemplation, for meditation, for abiding in Atma Jnana. At the maximum, he may teach Atma Jnana to others. That is his lifestyle. Then there is another type of person. He is committed to Karma Yoga. He performs his duties with the proper attitude. His lifestyle is dedicated to performance of karma, performance of his duties. Both of them are mumukshus. Both of them are traveling towards moksha. Both a jnani, a sankhya, and a yogi, a karma yogi. Both are traveling towards moksha. Because both jnana and karma ultimately lead to the same moksha. Number 4. न कर्मणामनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. The previous sloka was rather a prelude to the answer to Arjuna's question. And in this shloka, Bhagavan directly answers Arjuna's question. Na karmanam anarambhat naishkarmyam purushoshnute. One cannot be free from karma without performing karma. One cannot get freedom from karma without performing karma. Very interesting statement. Someone is in the middle of water. In the middle of a lake. And he wants to get out of water. And he asks you, what should I do? Should I give up swimming so that I can get out of water? Then you tell him, without swimming on the water, you cannot cross the water. If you have to get out of the water, you have to reach the shore. And to reach the shore, you have to swim on the water. By stopping swimming on the water, you cannot get out of the water. Likewise, an ajnani, he is not ready for jnana. He is not ready for the pursuit of Atmajnana because he has not attained Chitta Shuddhi. His mind is not pure yet, not pure enough to receive Atmajnana. To such a person, Krishna says, by non-performance of karma, karmanam anarambhat, by not performing karma, such a person, such a purushaha, naishkarmyam na ashnute, he does not become free from karma. Naishkarmya means freedom from karma. Nishkarmanaha bhavaha naishkarmyam. And freedom from karma. What is the true freedom from karma? True freedom from karma is freedom from doership and enjoyership. Freedom from kartrutva and bhoktrutva. Until you are free from kartrutva and bhoktrutva, you are not free from karma. And to be free from kartrutva and bhoktrutva, one should be free from ignorance. One should be free from self-ignorance. And to be free from self-ignorance, one should have self-knowledge. If one should have self-knowledge, he has to prepare for self-knowledge. And if he has to prepare for self-knowledge, he has to perform karma yoga. Therefore, Krishna says, by giving up karma, one cannot get naishkarmya. Instead, the way to get naishkarmya is to perform the karma with the proper attitude. Nacha sannyasana siddhim samadhigacchati. Then one might ask, I will just sit quiet without doing anything, without being aware of the world outside. Then will I become free from kartrutva and bhoktrutva? Will I get naishkarmya? Will I get moksha? If I just drop all actions, if I just remain silent, then Krishna says, that is not the way. Just sitting silent does not give you jnana. Even sitting silent will keep you an ajnani. One may try to sit silent, and one may even try to make one's mind blank, but it does not make much difference. Previously, he was an active ajnani. Now he has become a passive ajnani. That is the only difference. Nonetheless, he is an ajnani. Therefore, sanyasanat eva, just by giving up karma, siddhim na samadhigacchati, one does not get jnana and one does not get moksha. Therefore, this is a clear message to Arjuna. Definitely, jnana is the direct means for moksha. But until you make yourself ready for jnana, you have to perform karma. Shloka 5. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jato tishthatya karma krita karyate hyavashah karma sarvah prakriti jairgunaihi. So, in this verse, Bhagavan is telling Arjuna that you cannot give up karma altogether as long as you are ajnani, as long as you are ignorant. Your kartrutva and bhoktrutva will remain. Your doership and enjoyership will remain. Therefore, you cannot give up karma altogether. Even if you try to sit quiet, it does not mean you have given up karma. Because even sitting quiet becomes a karma. As long as I identify with the action of sitting quiet, I am sitting quiet, then it is a karma. Many people meditate for hours. There are some meditation centers. People go there to meditate. And in a meditation center, they say, you just sit quiet. Don't move from one place. And they sit there for 8 hours, 9 hours. And then after sitting there for 8 or 9 hours, they get a satisfaction. I sat for 8 hours. And they start telling others also. I sat for 8 hours. Even that sitting is an accomplishment. And they identify with that accomplishment. It is also a karma. As long as there is identification. And the identification will continue until there is ignorance. Therefore, nobody can stay without doing karma. And even if you succeed to sit quiet for a long time, it cannot continue for a long also. Because after a while, the mind becomes restless. How long can one sit quiet? A few hours or maximum a few days. After that, the mind becomes restless. I have this work, I have that work. I want to do this, I want to do that. That is why after going for any retreat for a few days, when the person comes back, he becomes more active. Because he has the desire to do this and that. So many desires keep waiting when he is in the retreat. Therefore, Bhagavan says, do not try to sit quiet. It is not going to happen for you because you are not ready for it. Instead, it is better to perform the right action. And performing the right action will take you closer to moksha. Kashchidapi anybody referring to any ajnani, jatu, at any point of time, kshanamapi, even for a moment, akarma kritnatisthati, one does not remain without doing any work. Because even sitting quiet is a work. Even meditating is a work. Nothing makes one free from karma. Because it does not make one free from kartrutva and bhoktrutva. Karyate shavashah karma sarvah prakriti jair gunaihi. Prakriti jaihi gunaihi. There are gunas belonging to the Prakriti. Prakriti means Maya. Maya has three gunas: Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Our mind has these three gunas. And the three gunas, they impel to do one action or another. Prakriti jaihi gunaihi sarvaha avashaha karma karyate. Everyone avashaha, without any say, without any choice. An individual cannot choose to remain without performing karma, because the gunas push, karma karyate, they make a person do karma. They impel a person to perform karma. And if there is no choice, I have to perform karma, then why not perform the right action? And why not perform it with the right attitude? Karma yoga is a way of channelizing our energy in the right direction. Every individual is a storehouse of energy. The physical energy and the mental energy. The mental energy expresses in the form of our desire to work, our desire to act. And the desire to work cannot be suppressed. If one tries to suppress it, it will find some way or the other to find an expression. And most often such suppression will lead to wrong actions. Therefore, Krishna suggests, instead of trying to suppress it, make it flow in the right direction. And that is Karma Yoga. Performing the right action. In accordance with one's ability, in accordance with one's natural tendency to work, in accordance with one's urge to work, one can work in the right direction. Shloka 6. Karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma मिथ्याचारस्य उच्यते. Bhagavan criticizes a person who tries to suppress his ability to do work. He suppresses his ability as well as his urge to do action. And Krishna criticizes him with the strong words. He calls him Mithyacharaha, a hypocrite. Yaha karmendriyani sanyamya. He puts brake to his karmendriyas. He does not allow his karmendriyas to work. But that does not mean he is free from desires. He has desires because he is an ajnani. His mind is not pure. Therefore, his mind will have desires. His mind will have desire to work, desire to accomplish things, but he suppresses them. Manasa vishayan smaran aste. Indriyarthan smaran aste. In his mind, he thinks about sense objects. Indriyarthan. Indriyartha means sense object. Smaran aste. Smaran, remembering the sense objects. Thinking about the sense objects. Aste, he sits without doing any work. And Krishna criticizes him. He is a vimudhatma. He is a deluded person. He is in delusion because he thinks he is doing the right thing. He has given up karma. But he has not given up karma. That kind of giving up is not going to lead him towards spiritual growth. Instead, it is detrimental to his spiritual growth. He is suppressing his urge to do karma. And therefore, mithyacharasya uchyate. He is called mithyachara. He is a hypocrite. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.